Hi there, my name's Nessie, and in this little piece I'm going to be talking to artist Daragh Hughes, who is putting on his first major exhibition, which is Black and White, in the Sebastian Guinness Gallery in Dawson Street in Dublin. It runs from March 23rd to April the 22nd. And some of the pieces that Daragh is going to exhibit during this time are actually so big that he couldn't do them in his own studio, so he has brought everything into the gallery, the Sebastian Guinness Gallery in Dawson Street, and is actually painting them there before the exhibition. So I caught up with Daragh as he was painting and asked him about his work. So your exhibition is opening in 3 weeks. You've started moving some of your stuff in here already. Tell me about the paintings that are, the pieces that are on the walls at the moment. What we got here? Generally, I suppose it's easier to talk about the work as a whole rather than the individual pieces. I suppose what I'm doing is trying to take back some of the classical elements of art. You know, we have a lot of art now that's kind of obsessed with trivialities and contemporary ideas. I think there was, in classical art, there was a certain kind of simplicity and an importance to the themes. You know, just basic human themes of sex, death, truth, and these things never age. We see it less in art now. They've become almost tabloid themes. We see them in tabloid newspapers, and as a result, those subjects are becoming devalued. They're seen as the subjects of tabloid news rather than the subjects of fine art.
Do you think that is, from looking at a lot of contemporary art, I think a lot of it could be, I suppose, inspired or generated through computers, and do you think that's why you kind of lose some of that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose with that switch to the digital, there's a loss of the human element, and then with that you'll lose the kind of basic human themes. Again, the body is another, you know, it's really been the main subject of art for 30,000 years since we've been cave painting. And I suppose when you're no longer making the work with your body, it becomes disconnected. Yeah. When
you're working, what way do you work? Do you kind of work at a furious pace, or do you take your time? Or
no, I'm pretty. I work very fast as the paint will allow me. There's certain kind of practical restrictions on the speed you can work, drying times and that kind of thing. But yeah, I work pretty fast. Having said that, there's an element of realism in the work. That there's to say I work fast is kind of misleading. There's a lot of work gone into it to be able to work that fast. A lot of practice and a lot of knowledge, and you would do a lot of drawings before you come to a painting so that you know the image well, so that you can work fast. So there's a lot of prep that goes into working at speed, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Now, some of one of the things about this particular exhibition is that you had to move some of your stuff from your studio into here in the Sebastian Guinness Gallery to finish a piece. Tell me about the piece that you're working on in here now.
Oh God, it's kind of hard just because I'm in the middle of it.
Is it strange for you having to, when you get used to working in your studio, you get used to working in your own surroundings and you have all your stuff there. Like even the little things, like you're wearing headphones, you had to bring your stereo or whatever with you.
Yeah.
How hard was it to transform your whole working space into here?
It is a little strange. There's kind of pluses and minuses to it. Obviously, it's much nicer space, much bigger space. But I will be used to kind of privacy while I work, which is kind of why I've brought the headphones. It's a way of just cutting people out while I'm painting, because there's so many people kind of milling around and everything. Yeah, it has been a bit of a challenge. It's quite easy to be distracted in a room full of people. So basically my strategy has been to not turn around and turn up the headphones as loud as possible to try and kind of feel like I'm on my own here. So yeah, there's an element of just kind of trying to falsify the conditions of my studio in this space. But it hasn't been, I thought beforehand it was going to be very difficult to work with people around. It hasn't been as bad. It's kind of, what it reminds me of, I would have done a lot of life drawing. And there's always, obviously, even if only the model, there's always someone else in the room when you're life drawing, and usually other people drawing as well. So it kind of reminds me of that. You kind of block it out, you know.
Now, this is your first major exhibition, and to be able to work in this kind of space and have this kind of gallery to exhibit in is, something to be quite chuffed with. How long have you been painting, or where did all this start?
God, I suppose it's something I've been doing since I was a child. I think all children draw, and then most people give it up, and I just kind of never gave it up. But I suppose in a more kind of serious, professional way, since it's hard to call time in college serious professional work. So since college, maybe 5-6 years. I think I finished in 2006. So since then I've been doing it and showing around Dublin in the smaller galleries and stuff like that. So I suppose you can call it a 6-year professional career.
With an exhibition like this, as it's your first big exhibition as well, what do you hope to achieve? What kind of publicity do you want to get for yourself? And what do you hope it will lead to?
I suppose, as I was saying earlier, it's my goal is to try to kind of reinstate those themes in art. I mean, Irish painting has gotten very weak, to my mind. There's not a lot of, the concept seems to have superseded the execution, the practicality of painting. I think painting particularly is, it's process-led. The process informs the ideas inform the process. So I suppose the hope is just that people would start to take process painting seriously again, you know.
Well, the very best of luck with the exhibition, and thanks for taking the time out. I'll let you get back to your painting.
Thanks a million.
Thanks for listening. If you want to find out more information about Daragh Hughes' exhibition, you can go to SebastianGuinnessGallery.com. And if you like what you heard, you can always go to my website, which is nessymon.com, or you can listen to my radio show, which is Culture Cafe on RTE2XM, and it's broadcast every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and repeated every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Thanks for listening.